tomorrow's episode. She told me, I said, the kids can't have it for a second time or whatever. He was like, don't you mean the third or was it fourth? How many times have we kissed? I said the same thing. How many times, or I asked the same thing. How many times have they kissed at this point? And each time she cheated. Then even when she was talking to Andre, and this would upset me. It upset me because I was expecting Andre to be highly disappointed, highly upset. This man is over here comforting her. I said, what the freak is going on? But yeah, let me give this quick summary and then we're gonna dive into the review, y'all. Like I said, Danny said her and Leah had to stay away from each other. She talked about the kids can't happen for a second time or whatever. And he said, don't you mean the third time or was it the fourth time? How many times have we kissed? And when she talked to Andre, she told him about the kiss, that she kissed Bill or whatever, but she downplayed it. She made it seem like, oh, we was just going down memory lane or whatever, and this fool was comforting her. He like, it's okay or whatever, because she started talking about how he did her. Wouldn't that be more of a reason not to want to kiss him? What? What? I said, that's a form of manipulation. They gotta be. I don't know the name of it, but I'm gonna just say it's manipulation. Because how you confess that you just cheated and he's comforting you? I said, Andre, you gonna have to, I don't know what's going on. Though. I said, I don't know what's going on in that head of yours, but get it together. Walk away now, or you gonna end up finding them laid up together or something like that. Hold on. But yeah, look, I don't skipped over so many things. She downplayed it, and this fool was over here comforting her. I said, she just told you that she cheated, sir. And she tried to make it seem like it was because they went down memory lane. I said, I wouldn't give a darn if it was memory lane. Because you already disrespected him with the marshmallow, and he was sitting right there. You couldn't wait till he left town. Matter of fact, you done been over to this man's office when he was in town, so it really didn't make a difference. But yeah, Chelsea decided not to leave. Anita had a photo shoot. Smitty and Jake are gonna be in trouble soon, in danger soon, I should say. Martin and Naomi was talking about Anita. They just threw Ashley and Shanice in the episode because they were just gossiping. That's it. That's it. Look, I was like, did I miss something? I said, when Shanice and Ashley? Because I think at that point they was halfway through the episode. But Haley. The last thing is Haley. This lady was all up on Isaiah. I said, now, okay, well, you don't sit up here and say how they was flirting with each other, Isaiah and Kat, or whatever. You don't ran told her boyfriend she was flirting with another man. But this lady is all up on him. I said he should have pushed her off or something. But yeah, he just told you he wasn't interested or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Well, I don't think did he say he wasn't interested? I know he mentioned he was being his girlfriend. Hold on. But yeah, that's the summary. Let me know. Oh wait, I was about to end the episode review, y'all. First things first. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. This for Beyond the Gates, February 4th, 2026. Um, where do we begin? I really want to start with Danny because I said no. I was expecting that whole little interaction with Andre to be better, to be bigger, for him to blow up and say how he felt and mention how she's disrespected him or something. I know it was just a kiss, but how long before it's more than just a kiss? Cause what? Then she told him how she was gonna go in things. Cause I don't think I wrote this part down. She told him at the end of their conversation she was gonna go in things. She took a tail in there instead of saying like what happened between us can't happen again. I just told Andre about the kiss or whatever. So I decided that I need to walk away from you. You're not good for me or whatever, and then be out of there. She done made herself at home. She done got comfortable. She talking about Caroline, and Caroline didn't like her. She only loyal to him or whatever. He mentioned going to the hospital. She want to know about that. Then she said, you know what? It's not, her responsibility or her concern or anything like that. And she still stayed for too doggone long. Your job was come your tail in there and end things and make sure y'all party ways. You got comfortable and you still doing the same thing. Even when you told him goodbye and he was like, you sure you're going to be able to stay away? You could tell she ain't going to be able to stay away. Neither one of them. But yeah, we're going to circle back to these folks because I got more to say about her and Andre reaction. Hold on. Okay, Chelsea and Anita. Chelsea stopped by. Anita was turned around and she was like, excuse me, what are you doing in my grand's house or whatever? So Anita turned around. That's when she realized it was her. She ended up hugging her and they was talking. She ends up telling her that she leaving. So, Anita ended up giving her words of encouragement. I'm assuming that when she was talking to her, that's what made her realize why she shouldn't be going or whatever, as well as the conversation with Naomi and Martin. But yeah, they weren't talking about too much, just her leaving, and she was like she loved Madison. She ain't never felt that way before, and everything. Nothing. Like I said, the highlight of this episode was the whole Andre thing. That's what stood out to me. I did like the Anita photo shoot though. I think everybody should do a photo shoot at one point or another. I'm talking like I done had one before, but the way people talk about it and the way it seemed like it's very, what's a good way to say it? Like it'll boost your confidence or something. I definitely liked that scene with them. I said Andre just getting attached. I mean, he was already around them, but more so now, just getting attached to these people. And they keep. I don't like how Danny. We back to Danny. I don't like how she tried to make it seem like it's all Bill and Bill this and no, or everybody trying to make it seem like it's all on Bill. She said what she needed to say to Andre, then went her tail right over there where she really wanted to be. But yeah, Smitty was talking to this Max dude. He came in, he was shaking up. He said some dude, um, the boss man came in. He says they got a snitch. I said, now how would he know that somebody done snitched already unless somebody tipped him off? I said, how would the boss man know that there's a snitch? How would he know? But yeah, so he ends up beating up a guy, and it shook Max up. Max saying he won't out. Smitty ends up convincing him to stay. He talked to Jacob. Jacob was saying how Max is his way in. He got a text where he helped him out, so now Jacob in there. I said, even with Smitty and just Max talking, I'm like, he telling you that this man don't beat somebody down, and there's a possibility that he finna be in a body bag, and you over here talking about a doggone story. You talking about a doggone story. Jacob too. They explaining things and they talking about a doggone story and taking somebody down. Jacob was saying how, that's what he do for a living, which is true. That's his job. Now Smitty on the other hand, you better say yourself. I said they both gonna be in trouble, watch. Either one gonna try to help the other or something. In some type of way they gonna throw Cat in there. I said I'd be shocked if they don't actually throw Cat in there because she already been itching to know what Elon and him was talking about. But yeah, Smitty was FaceTiming Martin too, but he still won't tell him about the case. Martin and Aomi was working on the campaign stuff, but then she realized that he just was needing an excuse, so they was talking. Chelsea came, she ends up telling her she leaving. Naomi told her, she hugged her and said, she support her. And that's when Chelsea said something about she was expecting her to talk her out of it. So she was like, something she need to do. She ends up meeting with Madison and she said that she changed her mind. Um, but they decided that they're gonna try long distance. Hold on. They decided that they gonna try long distance. Bill and Haley, he said that she was basically working his nerves, so he was like, just go spend some money or something. I said, I clean him out. I said, might as well. You trying to clean him out when he did. Might as well clean him out now. I said, all she got to do, the amount of times he don't pay attention to her, and then he studied talking about get her his car to go do this and that. I said, she could have got the 10 million right now. She could have been there and more than that. She could have cleaned him out and skipped town. But no, she trying to murder him. But yeah, because he foolish. I want to know how else she going to get that money from that fund she set up for they pretend child. But yeah, they both told Caroline happy birthday, but Haley ends up leaving. That's when Caroline came in, and um, he bought her a car. But he keep on saying, I said, what do Caroline know? Because he said something about her discretion or her whatever. So I'm like, what does she know? What does she know? I mean, I would assume she know a lot because she been in there a long time. But in regards to the Haley situation, what does she know? Or was he telling her something or planning to tell her something? Or what she sees? Or the fact that Danny had stopped by. I don't know. I really don't know because Danny had stopped by after. But yeah, he done gifted her a car. I said, don't give her no car. She ain't even... She don't even do her job enough. She on Haley's side. I said gifting her a car. And she ain't even figured out that this lady is over here poisoning you and stuff. Every time she catch her doing something suspicious or something, she still be her fool. But yeah, over here buying cars for this girl, and she don't even walk in. She out in the hallway. All the time she done walked in this doggone office, and she ain't call her. And then took it outside in front of windows, poisoning them. What the world? Hold on. What else? What we got next? Because it's almost, what time is it? 5:50. I think House Paint come on at 7. Or 7:30. What else? What else? What else? Danny and Andre, she tells him that she kissed Bill. She started to get emotional and stuff. No, let me find it. I hope I wrote down everything because that's the part that stood out and that's the part that got me too. Let me see. Daddy said the kiss was a goodbye. Oh, he was asking her what was it? What was the kiss? She told me it was a goodbye. I said liar. I said liar. I said so. What was the other kisses? Hello. No, for real. She said that the kiss it was a goodbye. You ain't got no business kissing nobody else, and you married. They know what the world going on. He over here just holding her hand and hugging her and kissing her and stuff. And she talking about some day kisses. I said, liar. She talking about the kiss. The kiss was a goodbye. I said, what the other two kisses was? Hello and hi. No, hold on. I'm like, here it come. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. He ain't even say nothing. Oh, not enough, anyways. I said, Andre still trying to comfort her. I said, sir, she just told you she cheated, but she not acknowledging what she did. That's the fact that she cheated. She not mentioning. She could have took that opportunity to mention that they had kissed two other times, if I'm not mistaken, or three other times. I think two other times, because you never get nobody no chance to one up you. Well, the Bill see him and he telling him, Danny told me that she kissed you, but I don't want you to think that kiss or let that kiss go to your head. It was one kiss. And Bill be like, actually, it was three kisses. It was four kisses. That means he don't want up you because she blindsided you. But it's your foolish fault because she just told you she cheated. And you over here hugging her. She crying and stuff. She talking about her past with Bill and it was a goodbye or whatever. All the times he cheated. The first time he cheated, this and that. Well, what you kissing him for if you know he a cheater? Now you a cheater. You may not have slept with the man, but you might as well have. Shoot. You keep going over there. You gonna sleep with him. Girl, man. Cause look, she started. I said she trying to manipulate him. That's why they together, really together. Let me find out Danny been a cheater too. Cause ain't no way. You should have. If you gonna confess, tell everything. Don't tell a partial truth. But I guess it won't make no difference cause he confident in her. She told me it was a goodbye, and the first time Bill cheated, and she just crying and stuff and telling Andre basically how much of a fool she is now, how much Bill hurt her. And I said, not you over here trying to excuse your behavior. And just steady talking. The more she talked, the worse it got. Because it's like, did you hear yourself? Did you hear yourself? So she's like, okay, I'm gonna end things or whatever. Hold on, wait, what that is? Before, I think that was at the end of that conversation. Let me backtrack. I don't want to skip nothing about that part. Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack. Where it is? Let's see. Um, this fool, Andre, told her he was asking her how she feel about it and stuff like that. She had already said it's about goodbye. It was a goodbye and everything. How she don't want Bill or whatever. He told me something. I want to fight for you. You fool. You was sitting right beside her when she disrespected you with that doggone marshmallow. She don't send her ex-husband a doggone marshmallow, and they over here he and ha while they current partners right there. I would have flipped all this stuff over. The marshmallow would have been on him. What you talking about? He just sitting up there. Don't just be upset. Do something about it. Get a lick. Still on him. Something. This fool. I said, oh my goodness. I can't believe this. Look, been waiting on his reaction just for him to be like, I'm going to fight for you. Well, yeah, she talking about something. Then she going to say how I'm gonna end things with, I'm going to end things. It ain't supposed to be nothing to end. Y'all been broken up for how long? Since last year? Ain't that what they said? That's why. That's why it's new. They talking about something they got divorced last year or something they said about last year. And I was like, well, y'all got no business being married to nobody else or involved with nobody else in no way, shape, or form. If y'all literally just got divorced. I mean, Bill been out there, apparently. But I don't know. Danny might have been out there, too. She might have had her little sneaky links, as they say, and they gonna reveal it later or something because she too comfortable over here cheating and then playing in this man's face. Talking about some he gonna fight for her and she just told you she cheated. She over here crying, talking about some how Bill hurt her, but she cheating the man that hurt her. She cheating the man that hurt her. She cheating with the man that hurt her. Cause I expected him to feel some type of way. He been going, everybody been studying about Bill this and Bill that. What about Danny? When is she gonna get some doggone accountability or take responsibility for what she done did? But yes, she gonna go end things. Look, I'm gonna have to backtrack because I see I done skipped over some stuff because I was trying to get to this part. But yeah, somebody she gonna go end things. She brought a little tail in the doggone office or whatever. She was talking about Caroline. Caroline only been loyal to Bill, and she didn't say nothing about how he was messing around with all these. Why would she? Why would she tell? I mean, you could. Some people do actually. But yeah, I said, look, she talked about Caroline. Came in there talking about Caroline, and she seen the car and everything. I said, you there for one purpose and one purpose only. Only. One purpose only. To end things with this man, which don't make sense because it's supposed to be over. I said, girl, you there to turn him loose. I said, girl, you there to turn him loose. What's really going on? But yeah, what else? Bill tells Danny about the hospital. I think they was talking and stuff like that. Um, he ends up saying that he had to go to the hospital and stuff, telling her about his test results. And she was like, what happened? And then that's when she was like, um, that's not what she there for. She there to end things between them, end things between us. And he was like, I didn't know it was us. And they was just talking and stuff. And um, didn't she say that she told Andre about the kiss or something, or something about the kiss can't happen again for a second time? And he was like, "Don't you mean the third time, or was it the fourth time? How many times have we kissed?" And I said the same thing, because how many times had they kissed for real? Was it three or was it four? Tell my son, that kiss was a goodbye, girl. But yeah, she ends up saying how they had to stay away from each other. And she just hurry up a little. I said she had to hurry up and get out of there. I said you hurry up and get out of there now. After you don't got real comfortable, don't make sense either way it go. That's not gonna erase the feelings you have. And I was like, but if they did say a year, that makes sense. Why she's still stuck on this man? They was together for years. You ain't gonna just get over that in no day. Not in a day, but basically a day. You're not gonna get over that fast like that. Hold on. I said, so they shouldn't be with nobody. Nobody should be with nobody. But yeah, and she hurried up and left. And I said, they'll be back kissing tomorrow. I said, they'll be back kissing on tomorrow's episode. They do this whole, what they said, song and dance, where he be like, one day he telling her no, Haley his wife, and yada, yada, yada. She's saying Andre her husband, and yada, yada, yada. Then they be kissing or whatever, doing inappropriate stuff, and sending doggone roasted marshmallows. Look, no, because people be like, oh, yeah, da, 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 da. No, flip something over. I wonder will we actually get to see any of that on this soap opera. Have we seen that? Well, we have seen violence because Chelsea got grabbed and everything, and a knife scene or whatever. Have we seen anything else? I know Joey hemmed up that Lance dude. They don't pull the weapons and stuff, so we have seen somewhat. But I don't think, have we seen people fight? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's me and Andre. Let's go backtrack and see Chelsea. Chelsea sees Anita's new hair. Smitty and Martin FaceTime. Naomi's talked about to see Martin. We talked about that part. Let's see. Danny said the kids will say goodbye. Martin tells Naomi that Anita collapsed. She didn't know. They told Chelsea she didn't know. Let's see. Jacob was talking to Isaiah. Oh, this it. Jacob in the city. I said now, once again, with working undercover, I know he didn't go into details with Naomi and or Isaiah and but you just mentioned that you was working undercover. What if the dude, whoever this dude is, I want to know if they're going to reveal who it is. And how did he know that somebody had snitched already? But yeah, let's see. What was I going with this? I don't forget that fast. Oh, talking in public. They was talking in public and stuff. I said, I thought when you working undercover, the job is not for anybody to know that you working undercover or what you working undercover for. He didn't tell Isaiah, but he was talking about working undercover and how his daddy treating him and stuff like that. Then he took his tail to Uptown. Him and Smitty talking right there. Smitty and the Max dude talking right there about the dude and stuff. What if he came in and seen y'all together and put two and two together? Because then right after Max left, Jacob came. And Jacob just got in to the organization or whatever where he gonna be working undercover. So I'm like, y'all not supposed to talk about this stuff in public. I said to make it make sense. But yeah, what else? Chelsea told Anita about her leaving. We talked about that. That fool Andre talking about he want to fight for Danny. I think that's everything now. Let me see. Oh, Shanice and Ashley was gossiping about everything that's going on. Oh, I think that's everything. Excuse me. Oh, no, it ain't. Old fast tail Haley. So after Jacob, well, I can't even remember. I think Jacob said he had to go. She had already came up. She was talking to him and stuff. She told about some. Did you see the photos that they posted for Winterfest? Winterfest been over. It been over. Even if it wasn't, what they got to do with you all up on this man? So he mentioned his girlfriend or whatever. She ain't care. She still over here all up on him. And I'm waiting on him to push her off or something. You ain't gotta hurt. Ain't nobody saying abuse nobody before somebody said something crazy. Cause the episode with the Bold and Beautiful, when they was mentioning how Bill had dragged that pregnant lady to my Luna out. I was like, really? I said he should have took her to jail. What? I ain't saying put your hands on nobody. Well, I take that back. I lied. I do want Andre to steal off Bill to hit Bill. At least get one lick in. Now, other than that, I ain't saying nothing else about that. But yeah, I was like, no, cause he playing at this point. But yeah, she was all up on him. And I said, this should have been the time that Eva showed up because she thought that Cat was flirting with Isaiah. How would she have felt if she seen this lady all up on him or whatever? Then Chelsea came and she mentioned how she was flirting with Isaiah and she gonna try to distract her. Don't try to distract her by saying that Bill had went to the hospital and his about his test results and stuff. Excuse me. Don't try to distract him. I mean her. Talking about her daddy test results and stuff. Excuse me. And she was like, "What, is he okay?" I said, "No, stay focused. You know what you saw. Tell your daddy. Tell your daddy." But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Excuse me. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a good rest of the night and be safe.